Test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good evening. Welcome to some live coverage of 34 Raceway practice this evening. Test 1, 2. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to this practice stream for 34 Raceway. We hope that you can pick out some of your favorite drivers that are out on the racetrack. As you can see, the IMCA Sport Compact 4-cylinder style cars on the racetrack now. They are making a little bit of noise, but I am up here right now with Jesse from 34 Raceway. Jesse, it's pretty nice to be out here and it not be wet, isn't it?
Absolutely. We weren't sure what this weekend was going to bring because earlier in the week it looked like a little bit of rain, but seems like everything's kind of changed and it's shaping up for obviously a great night tonight and a really good weekend.
Well, cool thing tonight is free grandstands, but you're selling some tenderloins too.
Absolutely. We're having Tenderloin Thursday, so tenderloins and fries and a drink for $8 tonight in the grandstands. We're also having our race and taters, so everybody's been coming out and taking advantage of that. I know a few people that stopped by after work just to get some tenderloins because they still had to go home, but they wanted to come and support us, so we appreciate that.
It's been a rough spring, hasn't it?
Oh boy, I don't know any other time that they've rained out an entire month's worth, and actually +1 here. So, you know, we did have a pretty rough season back in 2019 when we had all the rain, but truly we didn't expect to start our season this way.
Well, and I know a lot of people were like, well, there was one nice Saturday in there. The problem is when it rains even all week leading up to Saturday, this place holds water a lot, and you have to race the whole year, right? It's not,
Absolutely.
Okay, we need to get the first one in. You have to race the whole year. If you get behind or get rough or get tore up, not only on the racetrack, but the pit area and the parking lot also, you're battling it all year long, aren't you?
Absolutely. And, you know, we really had such a cold April. You know, the last few days, the 90-degree weather has really helped to kind of boil and evaporate all that water out of the ground and make it so that we can get cars back into our pits and those toters and stuff like that. So we're just thankful that we were able to get people out here tonight, and we're appreciative of everybody that came out, and we're ready to go racing.
Pretty decent little amount of cars. There's a little bit of everything here tonight. There's modifieds and there's late models and there's some sprint cars. I think Jimmy Davies has his car here. If that's the 99 that I saw, I was setting up during the time.
Yep, that was Jimmy. Yep.
So, I mean, there's a little bit of everything here tonight, which makes you feel good, I'm sure, going into the season.
Absolutely, and Jamie Ball's down here from Knoxville as well, testing in the Hetrick car. So very excited. You know, we've got a really great season of racing coming up. Obviously, you know, something that we pride ourselves on is our diversity and all the different types of shows. You know, we have Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series coming in next week for the CRST, the Transportation Solution 50. You know, looking forward, we have World of Outlaws coming back in July. Then we have the Flow Racing Castrol race coming up in August, and that one's going to be an absolutely killer race. If you saw the one at Spoon last night, oh man, I am excited for that one. That one's going to be great.
And of course, Lincoln is going on right now.
Yep.
You guys are working. That probably were you torn a little bit? Practice, watch Lincoln. Practice, watch Lincoln.
You know what? Sometimes you just got to buckle down and work. And tonight we just buckled down and worked, and we were excited to get back to it. And you know, we all need practice. We're out of practice, so this gave us some practice on the racetrack, and it also gave us some practice in the kitchen, making sure that our new staff was trained. So it's all right. We understand, but thank goodness for replays. So we'll go back and watch it later.
And it's good to know that all the fryers work the way they're supposed to, right? Not only the new staff, but the equipment it's been setting for 6 months or whatever.
Absolutely.
Right?
It gets mothballed and cleaned and everything, and we've got to get everything back out. And we've been ready since the beginning of April. So, you know, we've just been sitting, waiting, ready to go. So we were glad to have Tenderloin Thursday, and we're ready to cook some mad food on Saturday.
Let's talk about the Slocum 50.
Yep.
Obviously, first time. This is the 14th one, I think.
Mm-hmm.
First time it was rained out.
Yeah.
I mean, that in and of itself, the
epic.
fact that it's early April is pretty amazing.
Absolutely.
Sad
We've been
that it
very
happened.
fortunate, yeah.
But you did get it rescheduled.
Yep, we got it rescheduled. We're going to do that on July 2nd. Even, you know, it's going to be even bigger and better. I know that it was a 2-day show before, but now J&M Displays has decided to come on even stronger for fireworks for that night. And we always have fireworks, but this is going to be a bigger display yet, and it's going to be well worth the trip to 34 Raceway on July 2nd for the Slocum 50.
Do you see it, the number of cars or the names being any different for that night than you expected early in the year?
The only thing that we might lose some cars to is the Hell Tour, but then again, we may gain some cars because by that point in the Hell Tour, you have guys that are already falling off of it and are not necessarily running it. So, and I mean, I really do think that fuel prices are really going to dictate what happens this summer. You know, it's affecting us. All we've done is spin on the racetrack trying to keep it prepped or try to keep it sealed up for the year. So it's the same thing here. You just got to make sure that everything's buttoned up and ready to go when the time comes.
Somebody mentioned to me, I think last Saturday maybe, that Lee County went ahead and raced, but you guys didn't, and it was soft. And everybody said, oh, the racetrack was fine. Racetrack really a lot of times doesn't matter. But somebody mentioned to me that, I'm guessing it was Brad, was out in the pit area, running circles in the pit area. I came a couple times earlier this spring and seen you guys. He was running circles in the pit area. There's so much more than the racetrack. You can run circles in the center
of the pits. You cannot run circles out by the trees where you're parking your toters and haulers. And then right behind the white wall that's on the backstretch that says the premier place to race, that has standing water in it often. Like I was up past my ankles at one point in time in water, and it just hasn't had an opportunity to dry because it's been so cold. And yeah, you get a windy day and it helps, but that does not help get that moisture up and out of the ground. You have to have heat to get all that moisture out of the ground, which is what was our saving grace this week.
And the thing is once it gets rutted, whether it be the racetrack, the pit area, the parking lot, once it's rutted, it's horrible all year.
Absolutely. You know what? That happened to us our first year, and we learned a very difficult lesson that year. And I mowed, and it was teeth chattering the whole time. And, I mean, the pits right now are kind of rough. Even I made a comment to Brad because I drive around on a white golf cart, and I'm sitting there chattering my teeth as I go through there, and he's just laughing at me. I'm like, no, you did this to me, so you're going to fix it tomorrow.
Well, I will point out that he packs it with a big tractor.
Oh, he does.
Those big tractors have big knobs on those big tires.
They do, and we've got a blade that says that it's going to see that pit tomorrow morning, hopefully, or after this even.
So a little bit more practice, I think, yet to come. Getting ready for Saturday night. It looks like the weather has kind of opened up.
Yep.
So you guys look like you're going to be good for Saturday. Of course, this is not on Flow Racing. We're just doing a test here. I mean, what we're sending to our YouTube channel that I normally do is the same feed we'll send to them. So as long as we know it works, we've got plenty of internet, we know we're good. So that's why we're here instead of Flow Racing tonight. But how excited are you to be on Flow Racing?
You know what, it's hard to put into words. It's something that we've wanted to do for a long time. We really appreciate the partnership with Done Right TV over the past few years because, you know what, it's put more butts in our seats. People see this. They want to come here because we truly are a gem in Southeast Iowa that a lot of people don't realize is here. And they don't realize how nice our facility is. They don't realize what we have to offer. So, you know, getting on a larger platform like Flow Racing opens up so many more opportunities, and hopefully we can get some even bigger races and maybe get some multi-day shows out here and just keep the upward trend of 34 Raceway going.
So the Flow Racing Night in America that's going on in the Illinois Speed Weeks right now, you guys have one of those. It was big last year, and when it came out, everybody's like, oh, I don't know, is it going to work? Is it not going to work? It obviously worked. It expanded a bunch this year. What was it that made you guys want to hop on board with that?
You know what, we've worked with Michael Rigsby on different projects throughout the years, and Michael is very much involved in that, obviously with Flow Racing and trying to get that series off the ground. We also have been involved with Ben Shelton on different projects. So just, you know, being able to be a part of something that groundbreaking and something, you know, it's a short series. It's just a few racetracks throughout the summer, but $22,000 to win for a late model race. And we actually kind of got the perfect storm of a race because we are between two major races that week, and we're going to be hitting it from all angles. We're going to be pulling cars in. So super, super excited about it. Something that we're really proud of because, you know, our little racetrack here in Southeast Iowa is on the map because of races like this, and it's something that we, like I said, take a lot of pride in and are excited about.
So looks like a lot of people are packing up still in the flag stand, so we're not ready to be done. There's going to be a late model coming out here. A few different cars that even you didn't recognize here tonight.
No.
So that's kind of neat to see maybe some new people getting in the sport too, right?
Absolutely. I've seen a lot of people buying different late models and stuff like that, and I know that there's some new names getting into the sprint car racing as well, and we've had a few new sport mods registered this year that I've never seen here. So I'm very excited about having that here and being able to hopefully broaden out that group of people that comes to 34 Raceway.
Anything that we haven't talked about yet that you think coming up in the next week or two? That's one of the cool things there, a semi going by honking the horn, right?
Absolutely. That's awesome.
So is there anything that you, in the next few weeks, obviously this is going to be a platform that you can talk on a regular basis now because you're going to be on Flow and you can let people know what's going on. But between now and the next couple of weeks or 3 weeks, is there anything outside the racetrack that you want to talk about? That's one of you and Brad are very instrumental and very active in the community. So is there anything that you think race fans need to know about?
You know, we're able to partner with things like, you know, last weekend we had the Boy Scouts out. We weren't able to race, but the Boy Scouts were able to come in and do a slot car track and do all that and have just a great time. It was so fun to see all those smiling faces for those kids. And, you know, this coming weekend we have fireworks, thanks to Dave from J&M Display, so that's going to be coming up. And like I said, Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series next weekend. And, you know, we are so fortunate here to have such a good sponsor base, and we go participate in a lot of our sponsors' activities and stuff like that throughout the year, whether it's business after hours or other activities. So, you know, we don't have anything huge coming up in the next few weeks, but, you know, looking out, we do have 34 for Kids Night coming back on August 6th. It used to be High Five for Kids Night. We changed it up a little bit. It's now going to be 34 for Kids Night. And, you know, we give over 100 bicycles usually away, 400 to 500 backpacks with school supplies, and anything that we don't give away that night, we give to local schools. So it's able to be a good partner to the community, as well as, you know, giving to kids that come out to the races that night.
Well, and the cool thing about giving to kids is it's multifaceted. It helps the kids, gives the kids something they want, but also gives them a reason to get here, right?
Absolutely.
Which is what's key to prolonging this whole racing thing.
Absolutely. And that night, you know, we have a driver meet and greet, and our drivers come out, and whether they're bringing popsicles or candy or what have you, just bringing signature cards, it's huge. You know, just making that connection with the driver is key in this generation that we're in now, because we want those kids to come back to the racetrack and have fun.
You were a fan a long time before you were a promoter. Of course, Brent Slocum was one of your favorites, obviously,
Yep.
but you had favorites before you couldn't have favorites.
Absolutely.
So you can understand and appreciate that, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I grew up helping on Gary Russell's late model. You know, when I was little, my Uncle Rex worked on his car, and, you know, my brother's gotten into different forms of racing. So we've done mini tractor pulling. He's done figure 8 derbies. He bought a stock car and raced it a couple times. I did say a couple times. He raced it a couple times.
He's used to hitting too much stuff.
Yeah, it just really wasn't for him. He'd rather be on the crew side of things. So we appreciate, you know, we've got a lot of family support here, and we're a racing family. We love all forms of racing. I got off my senior high school class trip, and my parents are like, "Oh, well, Cordova's running. It's the World Series of Drag Racing. You want to go?" I'm like, "Yes, I do want to go. I love this stuff. It's in my blood." We vacation at racetracks, so we're those weird folks.
Yeah, you work at racetracks and then you vacation at racetracks. I'm not going to lie, I'm not that much of a race fan.
We are.
When I'm not racing, I'm not racing.
Yeah,
so,
no, I mean,
I love racing, but it's not the thing that I do so much of it. Otherwise,
right.
I don't go do it when I don't have to. If that
yeah,
makes sense.
I mean, we go to the promoters workshop every year and learn so much at the RPM workshop in Florida, and then we get to head up Volusia and some of the other racetracks down there and learn from their updates and their techniques and stuff like that, because Volusia is owned by Dirt Car, so that's pretty cool. And then we go to the World 100. We're there every year, usually with a group of anywhere from 20 to 30 people, and we roll in hot, and the people at the bars know us, so that's the scary part. So we've been going out there for a long time.
Yeah,
Jeff Brewer started that. And
I'm not sure if that's a good thing that the people at the bars know you. The better question is, do the people at the racetrack know you too?
We go eat and stuff.
Okay.
We go patronize the small community businesses. That's what we do, and they know that because those guys have been going there for a long time. Yeah, absolutely. And then we obviously go to Knoxville Late Model Nationals as well. And
you want to try to run the camera?
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I think you should try to run a camera. Just try it real quick.
Excuse me. There's sprint cars. Those are a lot faster to keep up with.
That's
I don't
okay.
know if I want to embarrass myself.
Well,
the poor people on the feed are going to be like, what is this lady doing?
I'm going to embarrass myself when I start doing it in a second. It's going to get too loud. You want to come back after this, or you need to get down and check the concession stand?
I got to get back down and check on the concession stand so we can get stuff buttoned up. But we appreciate everybody tuning in. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Jesse. So that's Jesse doing a little talking there. We're going to step away and run the camera here.